October is absolutely stacked for releases. We got tons of extremely limited sneakers, multiple different collaborations, and the return of absolutely iconic Jordans and Nikes, as well as many more sneakers too. And so today I'll be going over all of the best sneaker releases in October, along with their release information and resale predictions. If you guys recall, I promised we still had a very profitable shock drop in September, and we just got to see that with the Wu-Tang Dunk shock drop. But luckily, that's not the only one. Luckily, we do still have some more coming in the next couple of weeks throughout October, so make sure you stay prepared for that. As always, I'm going to be posting early info inside of Endurance, just like we did for the Wu-Tang Dunks, to make sure all members were ready to cop these, and now they're reselling for $500. We even posted earlier than Twitter inside of the free group, so if you're not in there already, I would highly suggest joining, because there's free guides, free alerts, and you could even get a method to get free Chick-fil-A meals, just to give you a taste of what we truly offer in the entire Endurance group, because it's so much more than sneaker reselling. This goes into price glitches, methods, Amazon FBA, stock investing, sports betting exploits, and so much more. But with that out of the way, let's jump into all of October's sneaker releases. First, starting off slow with the month, on October 2nd for $160, we got the Jordan 1 Low 85 coming in white and black neutral gray. Unfortunately, like all Jordan 1 Lows, I would have to expect these to just be personals, but I would expect the large size to sell out, so if you want a personal, don't sleep. Then on October 3rd for $115, we got the Nike SB Dunk Low light carbon dropping. Unfortunately, this is not one of the better SB Dunk Low colorways, so I would say they're probably going to end up being just personals. At best, maybe brick profit in the very large sizes based off of current asks, but that's best case scenario. I think it's more likely that they'll drop in value following the release. Also on the 3rd for $120, we got the Ja 2 Stargazer dropping. Unfortunately, Ja's haven't had much hype in a very long time, so even with the low retail, I'd expect these to just be personals. But now picking up the pace a little bit, also on the 3rd for $130, we got the KD4 Ant Pearl finally making its return. This is a fan favorite amongst many for very valid reasons. First of all, it's a nice colorway, but more importantly, this shoe actually stands for something. The KD4 Ant Pearl honors Kevin Durant's cherished Ant Pearl, a significant figure in his life. These were initially dropped all the way back in May of 2012, and now they're finally coming back. A lot of people are super excited for them, and with a retail of just $130, I do think there is going to be room for profit on these, especially because the KD4 is one of the more in-demand models, and we've seen other KDs for the Ant Pearl colorway actually perform pretty well too, so these definitely should as well. I would say focus on the larger sizes, those will be the best, but I think it's a good opportunity overall. Also on the 3rd for $220 each, we got another collaboration with Fear of God and Adidas, and I have to say this is finally one of the nice pairs. I haven't been a fan of the prior collaborations before, but I think these look pretty nice. They're giving me vibes of sort of a mix between the Nike Fear of Gods as well as some Yeezy boots, and I think they came out pretty nice. Unfortunately, with the retail of $220, I'm skeptical on profitability, especially because all prior Fog Adidas are bricked, so I wouldn't count on these being profitable. But if you want a personal, I do think there's a high chance large sizes will sell out. Then on October 4th for $160, but we already saw a drop on the 28th, we got the Nigo Nike Air Force 3 Low. I know this shoe is pretty crazy, it's pretty out there, but surprisingly there's a decent amount of demand on these, at least for the retail of $160, so it looks like there's actually room for some small profitability on these, a little bit of lunch money, and sneakers is going to have free shipping and free returns, so there's no risk, so definitely something worth keeping in mind. But more importantly, on the 4th, we are finally going to be seeing both colorways of the TEKKEN 8 Nike Air Foamposite One, and both colorways are the Kazuya Mishima as well as the Jin Kazama. Now, the Jin Kazama we never saw released, but this one, the darker pair, the Kazuya Mishima, this pair already released on July 20th via a sneaker stash, that of which, of course, early info was posted for in Endurance. Again, links in the description if you want to join, or just for free alerts before the next shock drop happens. But anyway, when it comes to both of these, even though retail is $250, these are both very limited, so I would still expect them to be pretty profitable, especially in the large sizes. If you're like me and a big fan of Foamposites, these look absolutely awesome and you need these for the collection. Sad that retail is so high on them, but it is what it is. I'm hoping I could get both of them. Then on the 5th, we're seeing the concepts released for the Jason Tatum Jordan 1 Low, Welcome to the Garden, but for this October 5th concepts release, they're going to be released through a pack for $300, so you're going to have to get both of them. So you're actually going to be getting both Jordans part of this pack with this really nice box. Unfortunately, it is $300, and with that said, I'm not sure if these will be profitable. I think there is a chance we'll see some brick profit to lunch money on them, but I do think the Jordan 1 low alone being sold for $140 should be profitable when those have their Nike sneakers drop on October 10th, a couple of days later. I'd say those are definitely worth going for. Those should be profitable, especially in large sizes. Also on October 5th for $180, we're getting the Jordan 1 High Women's Satin Shadow. Like prior satin Jordan 1s, I would expect these to just be personals, and you'll probably be able to get them for below retail if you're patient too. Also on the 5th for $130, we got the Dunk Low Berlin dropping. Pretty cool concept on these. They will be reflective in 3M material on part of the sneaker, but unfortunately, like most Dunk Low colorways, I would still expect these to just be personals, especially with a retail of $130. Also on the 5th for $110, we got another collaboration, the Dancer Skateboards SB Blazer Low. Unfortunately, even though it is a collaboration, I don't think there's enough demand on SB Blazer Lows for these to be profitable, so as of now, I'd say these are just going to be personals. Then on October 7th, but I forgot to mention earlier, on October 4th via the East Golf site, we should be seeing the East Golf Nike Air Max 186 OG Golf release. This is a really nice colorway, but unfortunately, the retail is $180. If they were the usual Air Max retail, I'd say they might have lunch money potential. It's a really nice colorway, honestly, but we have seen plenty of Eastside Golf collabs brick, and I don't think these will be an exception because 180 is pretty high for some Air Max. So I'd say don't sleep on the big sizes. If you want a personal, they'll probably sell out, but personals only for the most part. Then on October 10th for $125, the SB Dunk Low City of Cinema will finally be releasing. Unfortunately, demand on these is not that high. Pre-sale is already pretty close to retail, so I'd have to say personals only on these. Then on October 12th for $140, we got the Jordan 1 Low OG Howard University. Unfortunately, I think all Jordan 1 Lows tend to just be personals. I don't think this colorway is going to be an exception, but if you do like Jordan 1 Lows, this is a pretty solid colorway for personal. Then on the 16th for $150, we got another Awake New York Jordan Airship, this time coming in the Game Royal colorway. Unfortunately, based off of how the last prior collaboration did with Awake New York, I'd have to say these are just going to be personals, but they are a pretty nice pair. It's a nice retro style if you could pull that off. And then potentially on the 18th, I say potentially because Champs has them loaded, but they might actually get delayed, we'll see. But for $180, we'll finally be getting the Jordan 1 Black Toe Reimagined. Unfortunately, it's not just the Black Toe, it is the Black Toe Reimagined, and not the good kind of reimagined. I don't know who's making these decisions at Nike, but it's definitely not a good decision. I think the overwhelming majority of sneaker collectors would agree that we either want an aged look or no changes at all when it comes to these. The whole reimagined campaign isn't great when it comes to changes like this. We don't want this. And with that said, I think that's definitely going to hinder the resale performance of these. Had it not been for that, I would definitely say these would be very profitable, great margin. It's a super classic colorway, but because of this, I'm actually kind of skeptical now. I still think there's going to be room for profit on some large sizes, maybe lunch money, brick profit, but nothing really crazy, and it really just comes down to that change. Then on October 24th for $130, we got the Dunk Low Halloween. This is definitely one of the more unique Dunk Low colorways we've seen in a while, not just in terms of colorway, but the materials too, and even if you check out the toe box, there's literally a skull imprinted on it, so very unique pair. For $130, I do think there will be some room for some brick profit, maybe lunch money in the large sizes. Smaller sizes will probably end up just being bricks, and potentially the large sizes too, but I'm going to remain optimistic as of right now because they're just so unique. We'll see as we get closer to the drop though. I'll keep you updated. Then on October 26th for $215, we're getting the Jordan 4 Women's Orchid. Unfortunately, not all Jordan 4s end up being profitable, even though it's one of the most in-demand models. I think this colorway is going to be one of the ones that does not perform well. Probably just going to be personals. Some sizes might even go below retail. Then on October 31st, Halloween, for $190, we will be getting the Kobe 5 Protor XRay. Normally this time of year, we'd be getting an XRay pair of Air Force Ones, but this time it's actually going to be on a Kobe. This is the first time we're ever getting to see this colorway. It's absolutely wild, and I'm pretty excited for it. Unfortunately, a lot of Kobe's have bricked recently, but I think this pair should perform well enough for some profitability. If it's only brick profit to lunch money in large sizes, I think that is the most likely scenario, but we'll see as we do get closer to the release. But that will actually conclude it for now. Obviously, many more releases are still going to pop up throughout the month, so I'll keep you updated. Make sure you just subscribe, enable post notifications, and join the free Discord so you can get release guides and urgent alerts for things like shock drops. And not only that, but you could also get free Chick-fil-A with our method inside of there. Definitely check it out. It's to give you a taste of what Endurance really offers outside of just sneaker reselling, because that's only the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more we offer to help you guys save and make money online. So check it out with the link in the description below. And remember, we got some good shock drops coming up. So good luck, and good luck on all the rest of the releases this month. It's definitely a solid one ahead.